Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is going to be another get ready with me dating horror story, except for this time I am actually going somewhere. So I got a lot of feedback from you guys, which I appreciated. Some of you guys wanted me to go over more about the products that I'm using. I don't want to make the video too long, so a lot of the products will be linked below. So that you can see what it is that I'm using, and anything that I feel is worth mentioning, of course, I will interject and I will make a point to tell you about it. One of those being this Whips Almond Lip Scrub. I actually got this, as you can guess, in a FabFitFun box, and I love it. I like to scrub my lips before I do my makeup and just make sure that, you know, they're all copacetic and together. Okay, then I just wipe off the scrub. And then while I do my makeup, I just, you know, put a little gloss on so I can have some moisture. Get a little softening in there in the meantime and in between time. So this story, basically just to give you guys a little background, this was a while ago, let's be clear. And I had just gotten out of like a 2-year relationship, and I was at a point where I was trying to get back into the dating game. I didn't necessarily want to just jump straight into something serious. I wanted to kind of explore my options. I've always been a person that has never had a problem being single. I never felt like I was missing out on anything. I always felt like I was going to be in a relationship when it naturally needed to happen, when you know, everything just flowed and me and that person flowed. So I never forced anything. So I wanted to get back out there, but I didn't necessarily want to be like in bars and clubs and like actively on the hunt. Like that just wasn't where I was. So I joined a couple of dating apps. And if you haven't seen my last video, you know, pause, stop, go back, because in that video, I give you guys some dating tips and some things that I went by. And I mentioned in that video dating apps. But anyways, so I ventured into going on these dating apps, and interjection, I'm going to be using no Fenty products since I already gave you guys Fenty face. I'm going to be using the Too Faced Hangover Primer RX, and I'm going to be using Born This Way on my face. So, like I said, I had already, I had ventured into the dating apps, and with dating apps, I will have a whole nother video on that as far as what you can expect from each one, what each one brings to the table, so that if that's something that you guys are looking to try out, then I will be more than happy to give you my opinions on some of those apps, because I've used a good number of them in the past. But anywho, so I had met this one guy on the dating app, and he was Nigerian, but he was from here, born and raised here. And we had been talking for a while because, again, I was just kind of weeding through my options. I wasn't planning on doing anything serious. And he said to me that, you know, he wanted to meet up. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'll do that. I'll go ahead and meet up. This was literally my first meet up from a dating app. So I was like, okay, let's go ahead and just go to Buffalo Wild Wings. So he's like, okay, because he had lived in the Baldwin Hills area. So I was like, let's just go to the Buffalo Wild Wings off of Crenshaw. I know there's a theme. I'm from LA. That's what people need to understand. I'm from LA. I go to LA often. A lot of my stories, a lot of my information is going to involve me being near or on Crenshaw. Okay, let's just put that out there. So I said, let's go to the Buffalo Wild Wings off of Crenshaw in LA. So she's like, okay, cool. I'll meet you there. So again, I always drive. I do not let anybody pick me up. My reason for that is because you don't know what somebody's got going on. You don't know. Matter of fact, I have a dating story as to why I do not let anybody pick me up. So that would be in a whole nother video because that would take entirely too long. But anyway, so we meet at the Buffalo Wild Wings in LA. And when we first get there, you know, I walk up, I introduce myself, I say, hey, you know, nice to meet you. And he kind of looks me up and down. And then he's like, hi. So I'm like, wow, okay, well, that's a rude introduction. But I said, okay, maybe he's not feeling my outfit, which I could care less. Maybe he just doesn't find, maybe to him, I don't look like what my pictures look like. So I'm like, okay, well, we'll just see where this goes. So we go in and he holds the door open, which I was surprised because judging by his reaction, I'm like, okay, what's really going on? So we go in, we get a table. And I mean, he's not outright being rude, you know, he's just kind of being really quiet. And he's like, oh, have you ever been here before? And I'm like, yeah, I've been here a few times. We're making small talk. And I immediately decide like, okay, I want this date to be over as soon as possible because it just doesn't seem like there's any chemistry. We're not connecting. It's too hard to have a conversation. Not too hard to have a conversation, but the conversation just wasn't flowing naturally. So I'm like, okay, something's on his mind clearly. And I'm the kind of person where I have enough confidence in myself to know that everybody's not going to be attracted to me. I'm not for everybody. I could be absolutely stunningly beautiful to one person and I could be the ugliest person on the planet to the next. And that does not bother me at all. I may be weird. I find it hilarious. If somebody thinks that I'm just like the ugliest thing that they have seen, it's funny to me. It's like, damn, I want to see what I look like to you. Cause I mean, wow. So, anyways, we continue to go ahead and eat. By the way, I'm using Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer in the color Walnut. So, like I said, I decided I wanted this day to move on fast. I'm not about to sit here and entertain this day. It's clearly going horrible. Probably one of the worst dates I have ever had in my life is what I was thinking at that moment. So he's like, oh, order what you want. I'm like, I'm not hungry. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to get a Pepsi and some fries. Like I was really trying to make this a quick meal. I was already preparing, okay, I was already preparing to call my friend and be like, hey, I'm gonna need you to cry in the phone and say you got a flat tire or something because this is just not going how I wanted it to go. So I stomach through the whole day. You know, I'm literally trying to pull a conversation out of him just so that it won't be awkward. I'm like, you know, where did you grow up? What do you like to do for fun? How long have you lived in the Baldwin Hills area? Homeboy's not giving me nothing, okay? He's just like, oh, a while, stuff, oh, yeah. I mean, in the whole time that we're at the table, he's just like looking around, like looking at the scenery, picking up plates. Like, I mean, he is completely and totally uninterested. Using the Jackie Aina Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. It is absolutely my favorite. FYI, I know a lot of people say that she made this specifically for the brown girls, which she did have us in mind, but a lot of these colors will look really good on any skin tone. If you're lighter skin tone, then you just wouldn't go in as deep. into each pan for the color. And the good thing about that is that it'll last you a lot longer because you would be barely tapping to get the color payoff. So the same thing for me, because I'm brown skin. I know a lot of these colors would show up really, really dark on me. I just don't go in as heavy. Case in point, I used that color right there and you see how dark it is. So I'm just gonna go in with the lighter color and go around and soften the edges. So dinner is over and I'm happy. I'm ecstatic. I'm like, let's go, because I'm not finna sit here and keep acting like this date is going anywhere but in the trash. So he's like, well, let me walk you to your car. And I'm thinking to myself, what in the world? Why does this man want to walk me to my car? Like, considering how this date just went, I would think that he would want to be out of here quick, fast, and in a hurry. So he walks me to my car and he's like, yeah, you know, I really enjoyed myself. You did? Okay, all right. Interesting. He's like, yeah, I really enjoyed myself. I think that you are a great person and very interesting person to talk to. How? Because you didn't talk to me, but whatever. I said, oh, okay. Before I could finish my sentence, he dives over and attacks my face. I mean, literally lip to my lip, tongue down my throat. When I went to inhale, I breathed in Buffalo Wild Wings. Like, my dude, what are you doing? How are we here? What signal did you read that indicated that this is where we were at this point in the day? That we was at the point to where we couldn't hold ourselves off and we was just finna. I mean, it was to the point, y'all, where I'm pretty sure anybody in that parking lot that was nearby and saw was like, oh my gosh, security, that woman's being attacked. Like, I mean, I literally, because I was standing by my car and the way that he jumped, I was like pinned like this, and I of course had like low-key lost my balance, so I didn't have enough, like, you know, upper body strength to heave hove his butt off of me and you know, and say, hey, wait, hold on, brother. Did not have the ability or the space between where my ankle was stuck. It was just horrible. My ankle stuck. I'm pressed up against my car. I'm bent all over. I'm tasting Buffalo Wild Wings. I mean, horrible. Okay, I'm going to be using this blush called Sweet Cheeks Glow by NYX. I always don't know how to call this brand. NYX. That's what it's called, Amber. So the crazy part about it is that when I finally was able to like get him off of me and get him away, he was like really pleased with himself. Like, he thought like he had really done a good thing. So I finally get homeboy off of me and I'm like, whoa, like, what are you doing? And he's like, oh, I'm sorry. He's like, I just normally don't really vibe well with a whole lot of people. This is bronzer by Too Faced, Dark Chocolate Soleil, and it smells like chocolate. I love it. He's like, yeah, I normally don't gel well with a whole lot of people. So it just, you know, I'm sorry if I was a little bit aggressive because, wow, this blush is pigmented, people. He's like, I'm sorry if I was a little aggressive. I just, you know, from the moment I saw you, I was just like, damn. I'm thinking to myself, that's not possible. We was at the same place. We was having the same interaction. It's not possible that that's what you was thinking. But I'm just like, oh, okay, well, you know, I gotta go. Yeah, deuces. I'm going to be using the this Maybelline Master Chrome Studio Fix in Molten Gold. This is really good. This is a really good highlight for a store brand. It's not that expensive either. So he's like, so I'm like, you know what? Let me go ahead and go home and make sure that I remove him from my app and put myself on punishment from this app for a while. So, he hits me up a few days later because I'm not like returning his phone calls. And he's like, okay, what's going on? I thought we were, you know, I thought things went well. And again, I'm shocked by the fact that he thought things went well. This is Nars Climax Mascara. And I said, you know what? I'm just going to be honest with you. I said, I don't think we really have a lot of chemistry. I said, it doesn't appear as if you are really that into me. I said, I get that you may have been attracted to me, or maybe you just felt like this was probably going to be an easy shot. I don't know. I really can't read you. I said, but there isn't any chemistry, and I don't believe in forcing chemistry. Oh, well, you need to meet up with me and I could show you some chemistry. I could show. That is okay, because chemistry is not something that you can just pull out the yin yang, okay? You either have it or you don't, my dude, okay? That's what he was failing to realize. Chemistry, you either have it or you don't. Like, I don't think you guys are fully understanding the level of this facial attack that happened to the lower end of my face. Okay? It's just gonna be a lip gloss day today, since this blush decided to go in with a vengeance. I really like it. It's just super, super pigmented. But yeah, moral of that story, fam, is sometimes you just can't read people, and you will think it could be the opposite. You could be on a date and you could really think that somebody is feeling you, like, oh my gosh, this date is going so well. And the other person is thinking to themselves, this is not going to work. And I feel like I'm sitting here the whole time thinking like, okay, this guy is just not into me. Like, this is not working. And the whole time he's thinking, wow, this date is going great. When we get out of here, I'm going to show her just how much I am liking this date. And it's like, no. So yeah, still to this day, I do not like Buffalo Wild Wings. I'm not kidding with you. I never ate there again after that day. Never ate there again. Can't do Buffalo Wild Wings. Nothing against, I mean, I don't eat chicken now, but I'm saying, like, even before making the decision to not eat chicken, I did not eat at Buffalo Wild Wings. And certain barbecue scents just, like, traumatize me. But that is the end of this video, you guys. If you haven't caught on to the pattern yet, I upload videos every Wednesday and every Sunday. I hope you guys are enjoying them. Thank you so much for the support. I could not imagine so many people reaching out to me, messaging me, telling me that they like my videos, telling me that they like my editing. I'm like, okay. But again, guys, make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one.